Did you know that the average American spends over $1,800 each year on things they don't even use? That's shocking. And it gets worse. About 80% of the stuff we buy ends up in the landfill within just a few months. This cycle of constant consumption not only drains our wallets but also harms the planet. In a world where more is better has become the norm, we often forget the real joy of living simply. The truth is, buying less can lead to a richer life, filled with experiences instead of clutter. Imagine what you could do with that extra money: travel, invest, or simply enjoy peace of mind. In this video, we'll explore powerful strategies that will help you embrace a frugal lifestyle without feeling deprived. From adopting a minimalist mindset to learning the art of borrowing and bartering, each chapter will reveal unique ways to save money while improving your life. Get ready to discover why buying less is not just a financial choice, it's a lifestyle transformation. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Minimalist Mindset Shift. Rewiring your relationship with stuff. When you think about frugal living, cutting back on purchases probably comes to mind. But true frugality starts in your mind, not your wallet. One of the biggest shifts is changing how you think about stuff. It's not just about spending less, it's about wanting less. Minimalism and frugality go hand in hand. They both focus on living with intention. According to the book The More of Less by Joshua Becker, the beauty of minimalism isn't in what it takes away. It's in what it gives back: freedom, time, and peace. This mindset shift helps you realize that having less clutter can make room for more important things in life, like experiences, relationships, and peace of mind. Did you know the average household in the US has over 300,000 items? That's a lot of stuff. And studies show clutter can increase your stress levels. A UCLA study found that women with cluttered homes had higher cortisol levels, a stress hormone. The more you buy, the more clutter builds up, and the more stress you carry. Cutting back on unnecessary purchases doesn't just save money, it can save your mental health. Start by asking yourself, do I really need this? Or, will this item bring long-term value? Shifting your mindset from more is better to less is more can help you embrace frugality effortlessly. Instead of seeing frugality as a sacrifice, you'll begin to see it as a gift. Less clutter means more freedom. Chapter 2. Quality over quantity. The long-term frugal investment. One of the best frugal hacks is focusing on quality over quantity. This might sound counterintuitive at first. How can spending more on a single item save money? But here's the secret: buying high-quality items that last can prevent frequent replacements, saving you a ton over time. Think about it. If you buy a $20 pair of shoes every year, in 10 years, you'll have spent $200. But if you invest in a well-made $100 pair, they might last you that entire decade, meaning you spend half as much. This concept, known as cost per use, is a game changer in frugal living. A great example of this is kitchen appliances. According to a Consumer Reports study, high-quality appliances last longer and require fewer repairs. For example, spending more on a reliable brand for a fridge can actually save you around $300 in repair and replacement costs over its lifetime. So, while the initial price might seem steep, the long-term savings are real. Take it from Warren Buffett, who famously said, "Price is what you pay. Value is what you get." Focusing on quality allows you to buy less but live better. Whether it's clothing, tools, or household goods, investing in durable, timeless pieces can ultimately keep more money in your pocket. The key is to research before buying. Read reviews, ask for recommendations, and consider the lifespan of the item. This helps ensure you're not just buying something expensive but something that truly gives you value. Less shopping, fewer replacements, more savings. Chapter 3. The hidden costs of buying more: time, space, and energy. When you buy something, you probably only think about the price tag. But have you ever thought about the hidden costs? Buying more doesn't just affect your wallet, it also impacts your time, space, and energy. Let's talk about time first. Every item you buy requires time to maintain. Whether it's cleaning, repairing, or organizing, more stuff means more work. A study published by the National Association of Professional Organizers found that Americans spend an average of 55 minutes a day searching for things they own but can't find. That's almost 14 days a year wasted just looking for misplaced items. Imagine how much more time you'd have if you owned fewer things. Space is another hidden cost. The average American home has tripled in size over the past 50 years, but we still feel like we need more storage. Why? Because we keep buying more stuff. Self-storage units are a $39 billion industry in the US alone. People are literally paying rent for things they don't use, which eats into their budgets. And then, there's the energy cost. Owning a lot of stuff can be mentally draining. The more you own, the more decisions you have to make: what to wear, what to clean, what to fix. According to psychologist Barry Schwartz, author of The Paradox of Choice, too many choices can lead to decision fatigue. This mental exhaustion can leave you feeling overwhelmed and less productive. In short, buying more doesn't just cost you money up front, it costs you in ways you might not realize. Fewer purchases mean less clutter, fewer decisions, and more time to enjoy life. That's the real win. If you're finding these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on frugal living and financial freedom. Chapter 4. The 1-Year Rule. Delaying gratification for smarter decisions. If you want to master frugality, one of the most powerful strategies is learning to delay gratification. A great way to do this is by applying the 1-year rule. The idea is simple: wait 1 year before making any non-essential purchase. If you still want the item after that time, then it's likely a good buy. If not, you've saved money and avoided clutter. Here's why this works. Impulse buys are a huge budget killer. In fact, a study by Slick Deals found that the average American spends over $5,400 annually on impulse purchases. That's a significant amount of money that could go towards savings or investments. By waiting a year, you give yourself time to really consider if you need or even still want the item. This rule helps rewire your brain to think long-term. We live in a world that encourages instant gratification, but when you train yourself to wait, you end up making smarter financial decisions. Psychologists have found that delaying gratification is one of the best indicators of future success, as shown in the famous Stanford marshmallow experiment. Children who waited to get 2 marshmallows instead of eating one right away grew up to have better life outcomes. The same principle applies to purchases. Waiting can lead to greater financial success in the long run. You can start small by using this rule on purchases that aren't urgent. For example, if you're tempted to buy the latest gadget or piece of clothing, make a note of it, then wait. Often, after a few months, you'll realize you don't need it after all. This trick also reduces buyer's remorse, which affects over 80% of shoppers according to a survey by Credit Karma. Chapter 5. The borrow, barter, and swap revolution. You don't always have to buy things to get what you need. In fact, there's a growing movement toward borrowing, bartering, and swapping. This approach not only helps you save money but also builds community. Let's start with borrowing. Many items, like tools or party supplies, are used only a few times a year. Instead of buying them, borrow from a friend or neighbor. Studies show that 90% of homeowners use their tools only once or twice a year, yet spend hundreds buying them. By sharing resources, you cut down on unnecessary purchases and help others do the same. Apps like Nextdoor and NeighborGoods make it easier than ever to connect with your community and share items. Bartering is another powerful strategy. The idea here is to trade your skills or services for something you need. This practice has been around for centuries but is making a comeback. For example, if you're handy with home repairs, you could trade your time for someone's gardening expertise. Bartering doesn't just save money, it allows people to exchange value without involving cash. Finally, swapping is a fun and effective way to avoid spending. This is especially popular with clothes, but it can be applied to books, furniture, or even kitchen items. Clothing swap events are becoming more common, and some websites, like swap.com, allow people to exchange items online. Instead of buying new, you get something fresh for free. According to the book The Sharing Economy by Arun Sundararajan, sharing resources could cut individual household costs by 20–30% annually. And beyond the financial savings, borrowing, bartering, and swapping can help build a sense of community and trust. It's frugal living with a social twist. If you enjoyed these tips and want to dive deeper into frugal living, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.